What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with AltCoin Buzz. So today we're going to talk about some interesting news that's been breaking with some coins. We're going to talk about an update on that Japanese hack that occurred, and we're going to take a look at some other line items actually going on. Before we do that, here on Twitter, we actually had Colin DeShazo. He tweeted this out to us. He said, "This is exactly what I predicted too." So because a bunch of you guys are actually retweeting his tweet and mentioning it, 189 likes and 127 retweets, I figured it was worth putting out there. So shout out to him. You can also hit us up on Twitter at AltCoinBuzzIO. Market is steady, which is a healthy sign. Tomorrow, futures will expire. That's today, actually. Don't do any moves with your positions. Hold until announcements from us. Based on our algorithms, and technical analysis indicators, February is expected to be a bull month, and we can see a strong recovery in crypto market cap. So that's coming through Crypto Signal. He's just retweeting the screenshot. It's funny because he's got Johnny Manziel on here, and McAfee and Coin Market Cap, XVG Whale, Coinbase, CoinDesk. What an interesting mix he's selected here. We'll go ahead and follow him. So shout out to him for sharing this news with us. And let's move on to some of these other line items that we'd like to talk about. So the Japan coin check exchange freezes all withdrawals as up to $723 million leaves its wallet, right? That's big news. Huge. They're calling it the biggest theft in history. So update, CoinCheck has reported the likely inappropriate transfer of $532 million worth of NEM to the Financial Services Agency and the police, according to Nikkei, right? NEM Foundation President Lon Wong has appeared to confirm CoinCheck was hacked, calling the stolen funds the biggest theft in the history of the world. Japanese cryptocurrency exchange CoinCheck has suspended all withdrawals as Ripple payment worth $123 million left its wallet Friday, January 26th, in what appears to be a problem tied to its support of AltCoin NEM CoinCheck, which is among Japan's largest exchanges, suddenly froze NEM deposits Friday. An accompanying blog post stated, "Depositing NEM on CoinCheck is currently being restricted. Deposits made to your account will not be reflected in your balance, and we advise all users to refrain from making deposits until the restriction has been lifted." This is on Cointelegraph. Okay, so big news here. If you guys want to check this out, Cointelegraph, stay on top of this. They're calling it the world's largest theft ever. Now, moving right along, we're going to talk about some other line items. So, interesting to see this. IOHK has Ethereum Classic now under its wings, which is interesting because you would think that Ethereum would be with Ethereum, but being that Input-Output Hong Kong has now taken it under its wing. Ethereum Classic is a decentralized platform that runs smart contract applications that run exactly as programmed without any possibility of downtime, censorship, fraud, or third-party interference. So if you just take a look here at Ethereum Classic on Coin Market Cap, let's see where it's at right now. You can see it's number 19. Got a $2.7 billion market cap. Been as high as $45 on January 14th. Currently sitting at $28.15. Just to see that it's now under Cardano's leadership, an Ethereum product, basically, ETC, makes it definitely newsworthy. You can pick it up on OKX, BitThumb, Bitfinex, Binance, a bit. It's on a lot of different exchanges, Poloniex, Kraken. So figured we put that out there for you guys to keep an eye on. It's got a circulating supply of just under 100 million. Another line item news that we'd like to talk about on this show here that we're doing, UTrust. Here's an interesting thing. I'm surprised that I hadn't already pushed that button. We are excited to announce that the official presentation of the UTrust platform will be held on 19 April 2018 in Amsterdam at the Zero In conference, featuring a worldwide live stream. We are almost there. Stay tuned. So it's in the comments you can see, great UTK presentation on an event sponsored by PayPal. Irony at its finest. Love your project. Because this is kind of a PayPal alternative, really, using the blockchain. You can see who's on this: Google, Microsoft, PayPal. So just the fact that these kind of symposiums, these conferences are being held where blockchain is being presented, just shows you where blockchain is really in the space, in the future of blockchain. So there you go. Now, if we're just moving along, we got also an interesting line item to present to you guys. You have KuCoin. So KuCoin is basically working with Vertical here. Follow and retweet to win 12 Ether. Follow KuCoin, retweet this competition, tweet, then fill in the form. You will get a random ETH rewards. We will give away 12 ETH. Also, there was supposedly they're giving away Tesla Model S, 62 Ether giveaway, KuCoin list Vertical. So as Vertical's been listed, they're also giving away a Tesla Model S. That is, if you want to participate in that, I'm not personally participating in it because I don't usually do that kind of stuff, but I think it's good that you guys participate in that. There's so many different coins to follow on Twitter. It's hard to keep up with all of them. You saw I just followed Dent even. I mean, and I also followed UTrust, which I had apparently not been following. But Twitter is the place to be for cryptocurrency news. And if you want to stay up to date with us, you can, AltCoin.Buzz.io. And I'm just sharing that with you guys because, as you can see, this is where the news is happening. So moving right along here, we have also big news with CME futures settle below 11,000 as Bitcoin price continues to struggle. Everyone will agree the Bitcoin futures have not made a big impact in a way. So they're saying that it hasn't. That is anything but surprising at this point in the game. So far, these contracts have been far more bullish than one would expect. Far more bullish? What? Right? The CME Bitcoin futures were settled at a price of just under $11,000 per Bitcoin. This is pretty much on paper with current global market average for the world's leading cryptocurrency. How this will play out moving forward is anybody's guess. This is on live Bitcoin news. We'll see. CME futures leave speculators guessing. That goes back to the whole opening statement that we put out there. Now, remember, this is not professional financial advice. This is an aggregated news and information piece of content here. So when you see someone say that their algorithms and that their technical analysis indicates that February is going to be a bullish month, take it with a grain of salt because no one really knows except for maybe a select few whales that are manipulating the market, right? If those guys even exist, which they probably do. I saw an article the other day where they said that one person was able to move the price of Bitcoin from like 100 and something dollars or some low number like that to 1,000. Just one person investing in Bitcoin. So that's something to keep an eye on, guys. It's how one person can move the market. Also, in other news here, you have Safe Haven IO, a cryptocurrency or an ICO that I'm actually a social media advisor on. I'm putting this information out there because some of you guys have also asked if there's any ICOs that you can participate in as an American citizen. This is a step in that direction for Safe Haven to bring on U.S. Securities Council team member. If you don't know what Safe Haven is, it's a solution to digital inheritance. So keep an eye on Safe Haven. It's an ICO that's coming up. And if we just click on this link here off their Twitter at Safe Haven IO, you can see here they have the announcement. Safe Haven announces new strategic partnership with U.S. Securities Council. Destiny Agabi is a U.S. securities lawyer. He focuses his practice on public offerings, going public transactions, reverse mergers, initial coin offerings, private placements, mergers and acquisitions, public company filings. You can check that out on their Facebook. So this is just a step to try and get their ICO to be allowed for Americans to be able to participate in the ICO in the United States. I mean, it's been a challenge for a lot of you guys to be able to participate in ICOs. I was able to participate in a lot of ICOs back in September pretty much without problem. Nowadays, it's not so easy, right? Like I tried to participate in the UTrust ICO. I was unable to do that. So if this U.S. Security Council lawyer, Destiny, can get them set up, that will be a big step in the right direction, right? So we'll see how that ends up panning out. In other news, you also have NEO. So NEO's got a big announcement. They're going to this DevCon. So we will have the 2-day conference recorded and we'll release the videos online after DevCon. there will be official live stream video interviews on January 31st with over 20 speakers, projects from DevCon delivered on NEO News today. So there's a lot of different NEO Twitters to follow. Check details, schedule. So you can see here, they've got this information that they've tweeted out. You can see their interviewees, the projects that they're on, and they're going to be announcing some big news here. So big news coming from NEO is what I'm saying here. Outside of all that, you know, we've got some other information here with the CME Bitcoin futures. This is on Steemit. You can check it out. We might re-steam this. This was posted 11 hours ago. You can follow us on Steemit at AltCoin Buzz. If you haven't already, we're definitely starting to get into Steemit. So we'll see how all this stuff shapes up. We've got an interesting market circumstance that's taking place here. And I am actively looking for solid altcoin buys and projects. I will give you an insight into some of the coins that I'm really excited about. I like VeChain. The more I understand about VeChain. But before I go ahead and start making that video, I want to do a little bit more research. I'm also keeping an eye on IOTA. As you know, I like projects when people get down on them. I don't like projects when people get really excited in them, except if I'm looking to sell. Because you know that saying where you're supposed to buy low, sell high. So when people are down on something and low on it, that's usually a good time to get into a strong project, right? So some people are like, oh no, I'm staying way away from IOTA. But when IOTA's at the moon, they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy IOTA now that it's really high. And I'm like, hello guys. You get in when people are down on it, right? You don't get in when things are at sky high prices. But I'm still trying to understand the logic behind why these people do that to themselves. Steem has been really a strong project moving forward. But we'll see what happens with IOTA. I mean, it's still got a bright future. It's just they've taken some battle damage for sure. There's no doubt about it. But I'm kind of looking into this Augur project if I can get my finger on the pulse about what's going on there. So that's just going to take a little bit of extra work. Dragon Chain definitely has taken a beating the last few days. We'll see what's going on here with some of these coins and tokens. Wax at this price is looking a lot more interesting. Syndicator's held up pretty nicely. Ethos is sitting all right. I wouldn't necessarily buy into Ethos at that price right now. We'll see what's coming up with them. And yeah, I mean, I'm definitely doing some research into some of these coins, a lot more in-depth research, especially as other people are making videos for this channel. It gives me more time to look up some coins. A lot of people like this Sophia TX. Another one that's been coming out that I'm just going to put out there is this Theta token. I've been seeing this from some credible people that has been discussed. It came out on January 17th at 17 cents, flatlined a little bit. It's kind of been rising and it's sitting close to an all-time high. But if we just take a look here, I'll just kind of give it a little shout out for the first time on this channel. But you could see there might be some stuff on here that you might want to take a look at. But Theta's innovation is set to disrupt today's online video industry much in the same way that the YouTube platform did to traditional video back in 2005. One of the biggest challenges had been the high cost of delivering video to various parts of the world, and this problem is only getting bigger with HD, 4K, and higher quality video streams, said Steve Chen, co-founder of YouTube. I'm excited to be a part of the next evolution of streaming space, helping Theta create a decentralized peer-to-peer network that can offer improved video delivery at lower cost. So definitely something to keep an eye on here. And if we just look at the market cap on that, it's still pretty low. It's under $200 billion. So I'm talking about it. I'm going to start looking into it a little bit more and do a little bit more research before I mention it. But this is just a shout out real quick to let you guys know if you want to do your own research. There you go. We'll see y'all next time. This is Jeff with AltCoin Buzz. Thanks to everyone who's been participating in the community discussions. Thanks to everyone who's been liking these videos and adding comments and following us on Instagram. We'll see you guys next time.